What if I told you that your SB wants you, but the way that you're thinking about it is actually pushing them away? It's very common when you are manifesting your SB that whenever you see a distance, maybe you've seen movement, maybe they have started calling you or messaging you, and then suddenly there is a distance. There is this very common misconception that the distance means that they are not interested anymore, that you are doing something wrong with your manifestation, pushing it away, and that is never going to happen. And it can send you into the deepest of spirals, especially when you are seeing movement. If you are new here, I am Alex. I am the manifestation coach that brings you all the results by combining the law of assumption and EFT tapping, so you can manifest the love of your dreams and lasting love from your SB or someone new. You've got all the links in the description to work with me, but let's talk about distance. We know that the law of assumption teaches us that the 3D does not matter. Everything starts from inside your head, your internal world, your imagination, like Neville Goddard says. You manifest everything from your imagination. That means that whatever you are seeing in the external world, it is just a reflection of a past belief or something that you are believing right now. Everything is neutral. It is just whatever you assume it is. So if you see the distance from your SB as something bad, as something that it means is never going to happen, then that's exactly what that thing is going to mean. If instead you change to the distance means that they are stepping up, that they are getting ready to buy me a ring, that they are getting ready to introduce me to their family, to their friends, to really put me in their life, then that's exactly what's going to be. So what would you rather believe? What would you rather assume about this? So change the assumption and make that be the truth. Something that also happens when you see this distance from your SB is that it creates this push and pull kind of energy. And that is not a receiving energy and a manifestation energy that you want to be in when you are manifesting your SB. So you see the distance and maybe you go into chasing mode and you are constantly messaging them and calling them and checking their phone or checking with their friends. Or it might be that you go the complete opposite and you just go distant, you go cold because you are trying to protect yourself. Your subconscious is then telling you this distance means danger, we need to protect ourselves. The best way to protect ourselves is just walk away. This all comes from the beliefs that you have. If you have beliefs around being abandoned, around the fear of not being chosen, this is exactly what you are going to be recreating. And that is why we use EFT to remove those beliefs so you are no longer letting your subconscious feed this narrative of you are going to be abandoned. You are never going to be chosen. You are never the priority. This is why EFT is magical when you are manifesting. But then when you are stepping into this energy of I am fully chosen, I am always loved and prioritized, you don't need to do anything. You can take a step back and be like, this is coming to me. I don't need to do anything because I am always chosen. I am always the one. That is an energy of receiving. That changes your external reality. So I really want you to go in and be like, okay, what am I assuming about them? Something that I see so often with clients is this whole narrative of, oh, they are emotionally unavailable or they are avoidant. We are constantly fed all of these things, but you are giving them too much free will. They are you pushed out. Whatever you assume about them, that's exactly how they're going to show up. If you are constantly telling yourself they are emotionally unavailable, they are avoidant, they are this, they are that, they are not trustworthy, that's exactly how they're going to show up. So again, what are you assuming about your SB? And why are you accepting something that you don't actually want in your 3D? You can change them by changing yourself, by changing your beliefs about them. I also do surrogate tapping to remove those beliefs from them and you. You have a few videos about surrogate tapping in my channel, which are so good, but everything comes from you. So make a list. What are the assumptions that you have about them? What would you rather believe? Change those. Maybe your subconscious feels like you have to prove that you are worthy of love. And that makes you overgive. That makes you constantly chasing, and then they pull away, and then you pull away, and then they come back because you pulled away. So you have this whole dynamic that makes them be hot and cold. So whenever you are noticing this distance from SP, you can tap on that, but also redirect. It's such a powerful exercise to keep redirecting. Even after you have tapped, beliefs have layers. They are like onions. You remove one layer and it doesn't mean that it will never ever show up ever again. The more you redirect and the more you tap to remove those, the more it dissolves, the more it just doesn't exist anymore. There is so much power in not actually giving power to the assumption. Whenever the assumption comes up, do a quick round of tapping. Let it come to the surface, because we always acknowledge the feelings and emotions that we have. This is not about bypassing how you're feeling. So let it come to the surface and tap to let go. You tap on each of the points and saying, I let go. This doesn't serve me. I don't want it. This is not the truth. And then you squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath, and you tap again saying, I am chosen, I am valued, I am always loved, I am always the priority. Squeeze your wrist and take a deep breath again. This is going to reset your emotional energy flowing in your body. So if you were starting to feel anxious about this distance, you have literally cut it at the root, and instead of spiraling, it helps you reach the next available emotion for you. And then you can redirect, and then you can be like, yeah, no, I rather believe that they are thinking about me. The reason that they are distant right now is because they are clearing their house, so they've got space for me in there. Is because they are buying an engagement ring and they don't want to ruin the surprise. In rom-coms, you always see that he always kind of goes away and the other girl is like, oh, I think they're gonna break up with me, and then it turns out that he's just planning this entire romantic thing for them. Assume that that is your reality. Assume that that's exactly what SP is doing, because your assumptions become reality. You can also have inner conversations with your SP, have this conversation of like them saying how much they want to be with you, how much they are preparing their home for you, or how they are inviting you to their brother's wedding, whatever. But also so important, are you choosing yourself? Because your SP is just you pushed out. So how can they be choosing you? How can they be prioritizing you if you don't do that with yourself? You first have to see yourself as the number one priority, as of course, I am chosen. Choose you every single day. How does that feel? What does that look like? Be that version of you that is always chosen by you, by everyone else around you. That is the magnetic energy. That is how you stop the hot and cold dynamic with your SP. And they come in and they stay. Because when you become secure in your own worth, they step up and they show up exactly how you want them to. I hope this video was useful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe. You also have a lot of tap-alongs and videos on the channel if you want to go in deeper. And I will see you in the next video.